Zomcast, the special technology podcast from Code Zombie YouTube channel. I'm Mehdi Yaqub and I'm host of this Code Zombie podcast. Today we will be covering, as the convention of our other podcasts, I will be covering some latest developments and news in the technology world, and we will not have any tutorial for this week. The tutorial is a special event that sometimes we have in this episode, in this podcast, and we might also have some interviews with some programmers, developers, but today we will only be covering some latest technology news. The first item in our list is Sony is launching a new Xperia phone in mid-April, and its rumored specs look impressive. So it's gonna be a new phone from Sony, and Sony fans should be excited, I guess. And Microsoft Cloud services were down for some users. And if you are a Microsoft user and you are using Microsoft products, you have probably experienced this over the last few days. And as I heard, Microsoft Azure had some problems, DNS problems, and because of that, other cloud services were also affected, like Bing, even Bing were affected, and Microsoft Xbox were among the services that were affected. And the other item is Apple now rejecting app updates that defy iOS 14.5 app tracking transparency rules. So, iOS has been working hard to improve its privacy and privacy policies over the last few years, and now it's becoming even more restrictive and defying iOS 14, actually rejecting app updates that defy the new privacy specs in iOS 14.5. And another thing, iOS iPhone users spent an average of $138 on apps in 2020, and this is expected to grow to $180 in 2021. Apple is now rejecting apps that use third-party SDKs to collect user data. So, following the previous item in our list of news, that Apple is rejecting apps that defy iOS 14.5 privacy rules, is also rejecting apps that use third-party SDKs to collect user data. So if you are an iOS developer and you're gonna do some user data collection, you better stick to Apple's in-house and Apple's native SDKs for that. And you're gonna have some problems with third-party SDKs. Exclusive. Pixel 6 will be powered by new Google-made Whitechapel chip. It's an interesting item. It's an interesting piece of news for me, at least, because I didn't know of any Google-made chip, but seems like Google is following Apple's convention of creating its own chip, and this is probably the first one that is made by Google. And it's called Whitechapel. Okay, what else do we have? Key Samsung Galaxy A82 specs and design leaked. So a new phone from Samsung, Galaxy A82, and its specs have been leaked. You can find it on Phone Arena. And Supercell reveals 3 new games in the Clash universe. So Clash of Clans is one of the most popular games in the mobile industry, and it's from Supercell. And now this company is announcing 3 new games. Interesting. You can find more about it on IGN. Instagram launches its own TikTok duet feature called Reels Remix. So you don't have to stick to TikTok if you don't like it, but if you like its features, And if you are an Instagram user, you can now use new Instagram feature called Reels Remix. And Google brings back the Compass widget to Maps on Android. You can find more about it on Engadget. Sony, well, I already said that. iPhone SE Plus with 6.1-inch IPS LCD screen cloud arrive in 2023 with a notchless design. You can find more about it on WCCF Tech. Microsoft outage takes down Xbox Live, Teams, Office 365, OneDrive, and Bing. I said that already from another channel. And LG will reportedly announce closure of a smartphone business on April 5. LG had some good impressive phones in the past, but seems like they are gonna shut down their smartphone business for some reasons I'm not aware of. Please comment your views below this video if you know more about that and why it is happening. And Apple Arcade just got a huge update of new games, including some mobile classics. You can find more about that on The Verge. And new Google Pixel Buds could finally fix this problem from last year's pair. I don't like that one. I don't know much about it. The Black Shark 4 is a high-end gaming phone that doesn't look like one. You can find more about that on The Verge. And Microsoft rebrands Xbox Live to Xbox Network. And that's it for this week's Zomcast 32. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you liked it, and leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. I see you in the next week's podcast. Take care.